Today's video, the Built-Tough Soundpods, true wireless headphones. You can basically find these at Five Below. You see the price tag right here, $8. Pretty interesting product. Figure I'd give it a little review for you guys. So without further ado, let's hop into it and see what it actually comes with. Alrighty, so one of the things I found interesting about this headset is that it actually had 12 hours of music time. We're going to talk about specs in 1 second, but also the fact that the case itself, the hard case, acts as a buffer. So, when you buy things from Five Below or third-party stores, what I always say is, temper your expectations. But we're going to do this in real time together to see how we feel about it. So, as soon as you open up this headset, got it right here. See what it comes with. You have your books inside. Let's see what this is. Micro USB. Oh, got a little hook that you can connect to the case itself. You have your micro USB, the usual, which you normally have for these type of headsets. You have your booklet, of course. I'm going to put that to the side. And these are the actual headphones and the headset itself. I'm not going to say they're too big. They're about this. I think they're a little bigger than AirPods. Okay, this pops right open. Let me shake that. Yeah, I don't like that at all. This case is very, very loose. I'm hoping that I'm able to switch this out. And I'm going to try to switch it out to see if the case is actually, all the cases are like this. Because this is very, very loose. You can shake this. Oh, it's not popping open anymore. Okay, so maybe that was the reason why. Who knows? Anyway, that's it right here. We have the earbuds themselves. Let's go ahead and put inside the case, see if it has any charge. Honestly, I doubt it. There we are. Yeah, I don't think that these, to be honest, I don't think that these are charged at all. Oh, there we go. The indicator light is letting you know that it's charging. Again, I'm not too sure if this actually has any charge in it, but that's okay. We're still going to proceed with the review regardless. Now, as for specifications, let's talk about it. So this does have Bluetooth 5.0. Not too new, not too old. Bluetooth 5.0 for a headset like this. I can't even tell you what year this headset came out. A lot of times, Five Below headsets are recycled older headsets from other companies, from other stores, department stores that Five Below end up getting, which is ideal for people that are looking for something affordable. But if you're looking for longevity, not so much in a lot of cases. It's rare to find a gem in these types of stores. They do have 10mm drivers. If you're looking about the battery, the earbud battery capacity is 30 mAh. The charging case is 200 mAh. Now that won't really make much of a difference because regardless, I'm going to tell you how the actual specifications are for these. They're very similar in design to AirPods. I mean, obviously AirPods have little ear cuts and things like that, but just the way that this is cut, it actually isn't cut badly. I don't care for the physical button aspect. That seems a little cheap with the blinking light, but to be honest with you, outside of this, they're not crafted badly, if we're being honest here. Like it reminds me, of a generic AirPod. The way it feels, the stem, the curve of the earbud itself, it doesn't feel cheap. Now, granted, the sound may be a different story. I'm not too sure about that, which we'll do a little segment to really get to the nitty gritty of things. Even the case doesn't feel bad at all. As soon as you pop it in, it disconnects inside the case. It starts charging again. So it's instant disconnect. That's a good thing. Because some headsets, when you put them inside the case, it takes forever to actually shut down. But anyway, it does take about an hour to charge them up fully. It says an hour, but if we're talking about the actual 12-hour case along with the headset, I'm thinking they're talking about if you pop the earbud inside of the case, it takes an hour from 0 to 100%. Let's be realistic here. It's not going to take an hour to charge this whole case and the headset for a full 12 hours. I don't see that really happening. Cheap all over the place. Cheap headphones normally don't do that. I'll put this out of camera view. Your talk time is going to be 4 hours. So this combines talk time and music time, 4 hours. So that's not bad. If it's the same thing for both. Total play time is 12. So you're getting 8 hours inside the case. You're getting 4 inside the headset, which gives you a total of 12. So it can last a regular work day. Of course, if you're anything like me and you do a double or whatever shift you decide to do, I always carry extra cords with me to make sure that my products are charged midday in case you never know how a day goes sometimes, especially if you have one of those jobs where if someone doesn't come in, you're forced to stay. Luckily, again, being contracted, I don't have to worry about that. But again, that is something that you, the viewer, may have to worry about, especially if you work at Walmart, Best Buy, other security companies where you're not allowed to leave if your relief don't show up. So it's always good to carry an extra cord with you. Now, it doesn't say anything about a particular IP rating. That's the only issue I have. But what I will say is that I don't expect much of an IP rating with these anyway, given the fact that they're $8 headphones. I mean, you only can get so much. But so far, I love the case, the rugged design. You know, that drops. It could take a beating even if it gets scratched up. I love the concept of the case. To be honest, it would be cool if AirPods actually came out with an alternative case, whether, you know, it's going to cost more money, but an alternative AirPod case that you could buy along with it that had a rugged case like this, so you wouldn't need a actual cover. These are really, really good. I mean, the design looks really, really good. Let me say that first. I'm not going to say they're very, very good. But with that being said, very simplistic, average specifications in my opinion. You're getting 12 hours of battery life. Whether this is IP or splash resistant is, I'm going to go ahead and say no. But just treat it like a regular headset where if it's pouring raining, you better have a hat on or you better have a hood on and just be safe out there. But yeah, no IP rating so far, but it is a cool looking headset. So let me see if I shake that. Yep. As soon as I shake that, it pops right open. I am going to switch this case out. I'm sorry, I'm going to buy another headset and kind of just test it. I'll take it back when I'm done and let you know at the end of the video if all of them pop open like this. So with the syncing process, we're going to try it to do it two ways. Like I've said in previous videos with other headphones, normally when you sync a particular product, you pop the case open, especially with other buds, go to Bluetooth settings, it will find it. Oh, this says permission request, quick device. Let's see what that does. I think this has nothing to do with the headset. Yeah, it didn't have anything to do with the headset. Anyway, let's go ahead and hit settings. We're going to go to Bluetooth so you can see it in real time what I'm doing. It's searching the headset right now. So my speculation is that you have to take the earbuds out of the case in order to actually sync them. That's my guess. So I'm just going to let it spin around. Okay, it didn't work. So let's go ahead and take these headphones out of the case. That's what normally happens with some headsets. You have to take them out of the case. They'll blink, syncing to each other, and then one is in pairing mode. When it double blinks the way it does, it means the left and right ear are communicating with each other, and then it syncs. So with that being said, let's go ahead and refresh it. And 9 times out of 10, yep, Soundpods, it popped right up. So I'm gonna go ahead and tap that. Allow for contacts. All right, we are synced. Very simple, very easy process. For those that are wondering how you resync them, again, the instruction manual will let you know that. But worst case scenario, if you buy these, you lose your instruction manual and the left won't sync to the right, then, you know, send me a message and I will definitely, well, not send me a message, but post on the YouTube video, and I will definitely hold on to these and the instructions so I can give you guys a heads up of how to actually resync them. Now that that section's done and we know how to sync them, we're going to do a music test. Now, this is some of the most important parts for most people. I'm all over the place. Outside of call quality, obviously you want to make sure you're buying headphones for music. That's literally what they're for. Back in the day when headphones first came out, or over the heads and stuff, not everybody talked to them. They didn't even have a microphone. It was a situation where you just had to, what's the word? Talking to your phone while the headset is in your ears. You hear in your ears, but you put the phone to your mouth. Okay, so I popped them in my ear. It's a connection. I am currently connected. I'm currently connected. Sounds good. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is we're going to go to File Manager because I don't have a regular music player on this. And we're going to play some audio. So what should I play? Okay, let's see how this sounds. Turn them up. Pretty low, actually. All right, that max volume right now. They're very low for max volume. Extremely low, actually. Okay. Not horrible. The volume's very low on this, I will honestly say. Hats, kicks, and things like that definitely outpace the beat, the bass. again, I'm not expecting these to be any type of bass monster or anything like that, but I do notice that instantly I had it at the highest volume, and it actually hurt my head. Remember, these are open ear design, just so you know. And it hurt my head to wear these. Not the feel. The feel is fine. They feel like earpods, so you don't have to worry about that. If you ever had a pair of earbuds in your ear, you're going to like these. So it's open ear design. I can hear everything happening around me because I don't have that suction noise like active noise cancellation, any of those features. But it's just the hats and the kicks seem extremely loud. Now, this is something that I personally made, and I make music a certain way on purpose. And certain aspects of the songs are popping more than others. Like the bass is non-existent, and I not non-existent. I just don't expect it with the open ear design to have too much bass. Some headphones, like the Anchor Life Note 3S, whatever it's called, they have bass in their open ear design. This doesn't. And of course, obviously, it's a huge price discrepancy. One is $69.99, one is $8. So, have temper expectations. But let me go ahead and play something else. I can give you guys a better idea. Let me see. Something that actually has some bass. Where are we at? If I can find it, let me see if I can find a song. Could play you. All right, let's do this one. Let me turn it up. Hurt my head for the sake of the video. Ooh, God. All right, the beat's about to drop in a second. I'll let you know exactly how it sounds. Ooh, it's nasty. Okay, so this headphone definitely doesn't have any bass. If you have a song that has light bass, it's not going to sound very defining at all. If you have a song that has heavy bass, it just doesn't do a very good job of isolating the sound. Now, if we're talking about just the background music, like I have violins, not violins in this one, but I had a electric guitar playing in this one, a couple kicks, bass. Like I said, the bass doesn't really mesh very well. The kicks themselves were extremely loud, but the kicks were louder than the actual electric guitar. And I know for a fact that when I do the volume for each instrument on FL Studio, I make sure that certain instruments won't overpower others. This headphones can't really differentiate any of that. So if you're looking for a defining music experience where you're playing jazz, or you're playing because this headset does better with voice than it does the voices and vocals and things than it does with bass. So you Skull Candy users out there that are bass heads, this isn't for you. You open ear design guys, it's not bad in that aspect. Like if you're listening to audio, I think this would be better with listening to audio than necessarily music, because what happens is with all the different instruments blending in at the highest octave, I can't listen to this. Now, granted, you shouldn't be listening to anything the highest octave, but if you're driving, you're commuting, you're going to have to turn this up. I'm going to be honest with you, you're going to have to turn it up because the volume isn't louder than the average headphones. You may say, well, I mean, that sounds crazy, right? I'll explain it. If you get a pair of Liberty Air Pro, let me use, matter of fact, let's use not even Skull Candy. Let's use any JBL headset or any JLab headset, $20 JLab Airgo Pops, right? And you can find those on sale for like $12.99 a lot of times, Best Buy, online. Those at a higher octave, because the music is better balanced, it's not bleeding into your ear. Like this started not breaking up, but you can definitely tell that the music is struggling at the highest volume. And because of that, it's like a screeching feeling in your ear, which can cause soreness. And that's another reason why people get headaches and ear aches and things like that. It doesn't feel very good in the ear at all. Headset wise, it feels great feeling, but sound wise, when it comes to music and things, you're going to have to listen to it higher, because if you're dealing with a lot of traffic or people talking around you, you have to turn it up. And that's going to cause headaches. At least it caused headaches for me in the first few minutes. Everyone's different. But I just have a idea or thought that a lot of people are going to have this issue. Same with regular AirPods. They had an issue where if you turn it up, the music quality didn't suffer. It's just that the way it hit your eardrums and things, it just didn't feel good. And when you listen to these particular headphones at the regular octave, like halfway up with different things, they sound very, very low. So, kind of be aware of the fact that they're not the best when it comes to actual sound. Now, if we're talking about phone calls, which before, when I cut away from the video, I did the phone call section first. My wife said she could hear me, but the call quality was muffled at times. I did go outside with it, of course. When wind was blowing, forget it. If it's any inclement weather that involves wind or rain hitting against the headset, or loud sound, crashing sounds, or just cars behind you, traffic, beeping, walking, people talking, it picks up a lot of that around you in your surroundings. So you're not going to get a crystal clear call quality. Far from it. Now, again, I'm looking at the $8 price tag. There are open ears. The physical design is fine. The battery life is fine. You can get away with using these every day. And if you're a person that does not care about buying a $20 headset and you're just looking for something cheaper, again, the longevity of these type of headsets, since they don't put much love and care into them, I can't tell you if you're not going to buy if you're going to buy a couple of these a year. So if you were to get it like the JLab Ergo Pops, that's more ideal. But again, it's not going to fit everybody's ear. This is more universally going to fit you, because if you had AirPods, these are going to fit. If you had AirPods, these are going to fit. I cannot stress that enough. And the only reason I'm saying AirPods is because there's a lot of off-brand headsets that are much bigger and chunkier than these, and they're more cheaply made. This particular headset, in my opinion, is very similar, if not almost identical to the size of AirPods, just the way it looks, the way it feels. May look a little thicker or chunkier around here, but I'm referring to the actual ear piece itself. When it goes into your ear, they feel almost identical to AirPods. There's nothing that you can do with plastic like this to make it feel any better. If we're being honest here, it's just the quality of sound does actually suffer. It's like they put more time into the battery life and the actual case itself, but they did not do anything to the actual noise quality. And I guess whatever factory these are being made at, they don't care enough to do that. They're just looking to make a quick profit. But with that being said, it's definitely below sounding when it comes to music. But if you're just having regular phone calls inside of an office, inside of your home, if you're sitting in front of your desk, you're fine. I don't really suggest these for Zoom calls, because you'll probably be the one person on the call sounding more muffled than everybody else. But again, it also depends on the device and phone that you're using. Every aspect does make a difference. So just be mindful when you pick your reasons for buying them. So lastly, is it worth it? Boy, I mean, for the $8 price tag, yes, they are worth it. These are a decent pair of headphones. When I say decent, I mean bare minimum. Like, you're going to Five Below decent. I'm not talking about industry decent. Five Below wise, these aren't bad headphones. They've made a lot worse. Now, I did buy another case. Took them back already. Oh boy. Actually, it ended up getting a different color when I did. The magnets were loose on the other case. It was a little tighter than this one. Cause look at it, you could just flap this with like nothing. This is not something that you put in a purse. This isn't something that you hang on your belt. I would not suggest it. It does pop open, and you will probably lose your earphones. I'm gonna call them AirPods. Your headphones. If they shake, these do fall out. The magnets inside of these aren't very secure. You could tell that it was a lot of cutbacks because of the price point. Regardless of being $8, at one point this headset was more likely resold or sold at FYE and stores like that for $20, $25, $14.99. It was being sold for more money. So we're talking about the actual value of these originally when they came out versus other headphones that have come out for a $20 price tag. I wouldn't suggest them. But if you're at Five Below, they're not bad. They're not bad at all for Five Below. Again, the downside is that the call quality is average. The music quality is below average in my opinion, and because of the higher volume, it starts to hurt your head, and it doesn't sound, I mean, it sounds clear. Don't get me wrong. It sounds very clear when it comes to music. It's just that you can definitely tell the difference if you've had a decent headset before. And feel, it feels like AirPods, open ear design. There's not much to really say outside of that. If you have smaller ears or you might have to constantly twist them in your ear a certain way when you're walking, depending on what clothing you're wearing, taking a hat on and off, it may move. That's just normal for headphones, unless you get one that fit directly in the ear, that have like the rubber tip or more secure. Because if it's being open ear, it's going to suffer from that problem. But for the $8 price tag, sure, it's worth it. If you need something to get you through the day, the week, the month. But I'm going to highly suggest that you buy a headset that costs a little bit more, not from Burlington or Ross, but from like a Best Buy or a certain store, JLab, where it's just better quality and it's guaranteed. But anyway, that's the review. So like always, like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one where we'll talk about more tech at affordable price.